And on this week's edition of the BLAST Newscast.
Many middle schools are wondering what kind of day they're going to have when they first enter school. Well, I can tell you a tale that I know of personally because I was the one that did it. And that story will be coming out soon, very soon, and I'm Dustin Clifton.
Partly cloudy skies, beautiful temperatures, plus a chance of rain by the end of this work week. I'm Levi Bennington, and I'll have further details in this week's weather forecast.
Those stories, plus J.R. Clifton's Q&S segment, can be seen on this week's edition of the BLAST Newscast.
For the week of August 14th, 2020.
And now, coming to you live from our studios in Sharpsville, Indiana, Trenton BYERS and Jacob PYLE.
Thank you, Chris Henry. Hello, and welcome to the BLAST Newscast. I'm Jacob PYLE.
I'm Trenton BYERS.
So, fifth graders are going on to a brand new thing this year. They're going to middle school. But what will the fifth grader kids think of what middle school is like? Well, here at Team BLAST, we have the answers. It'll be very interesting how they grow in middle school and how it transforms them in being more responsible with the things that they need to learn to adjust to, like lockers and more homework and a bigger environment for each other. So here is our story about what middle school is like. Is BLAST Newscast reporter Dustin Clifton.
Hello, and this is a continuation from a few minutes ago, and I'm Dustin Clifton. Now, the thing about tales that many people hear about middle school, it's not rough, it's not hard. You know, everything from first grade up until 12th grade, you're learning some things over and over, so you already have those memorized. But you're just learning a bit more over and over after you start middle school. Now, middle school first day, I'd say, is probably one of the hardest because first you're confused, alright? You look at your classes, and you have 7 of them. And that's kind of weird because, you know, you're used to just sitting in one classroom and getting taught many things. And not just that, but you're used to putting your stuff in a cubby inside the classroom and then getting ready to go. No, this time, you've got 7 different classes that you have to go to. You've got to walk different classrooms down the halls. But you also have a locker that you can go to whenever you put your stuff in there, and just that way you don't have that much to carry. And also the lunchroom's not that hard. It's going to be loud, obnoxious. There's going to be a line that turns into a blob for some reason. But I'd say middle school is one of the most experienced places where you learn a lot of things. You learn basically more people come at later times in school, so you're going to meet them during middle school hours. But another thing is that if you're doing any sports or anything like that, from what you learn in elementary has changed, alright? You're not going to be doing any more of the, I catch the ball or something like that, it's mine. No. And this time, you're going to learn teamwork. And that is one of the most amazing things that you're going to have to learn. And it's not that hard. And that's just what I'm going to say, and this is Dustin Clifton from BLAST Newscast, signing off.
Thank you, Dustin. Now, we hope very well that all our new 6th graders move on and, you know, make good grades and stuff like that. And, you know, it's great to see them move one step further to high school and perhaps being adults and going to college. You know, I hope that we all have a fun time and, you know, and that they have a great and wonderful school. And now it's time for our weather with our rain or shine weatherman, Levi Bennington.
Thank you, Jacob. Hello, everybody. Tonight we're going to have some clouds with a high of 77 and a low of 58 degrees. Through the week, we'll have 80 degrees and we'll have some 70 degrees. By Saturday, we'll be at 75 degrees for the high and 55 for the low. So you might want to bring a jacket on Saturday. I'm Levi Bennington, and that's today's weather.
Thank you, Levi. And now it's time for questions and suggestions with our question expert himself, J.R. Clifton.
Hello everyone, it's Q&S time. Before we film this week's newscast, a question was drawn out of the questions and suggestions can located in the game room on the table where Reagan's letters are. We're going to see what that is right now. May I have the slip of paper, please?
Here you go, JR.
Thank you, Mr. No Name. You know, Dallas Dalton is leaving for Liberty University later this week. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I know we're going to miss her, but I'm happy that she's preparing for another year in college.
Well, we wish her lots of good luck at Liberty. Thanks, Mr. No Name. Our question comes to us this week from Brian Bookout, and he asks, will there be a big reveal or questions on the newscast? Well, Brian, that's what Q&S is all about. People asking questions. We give them answers about the big reveal. We always make things at this newscast filled with suspense so we can make you, the viewer, anxious to find out what the question is. Thanks for your question, Brian. If you have any questions you'd like to ask us, in the game room where Reagan's letters are, there's a can which reads BLAST Newscast Questions and Suggestions. Take a slip of paper, write down your name and the questions you've been wanting to know. You'll only be allowed one entry per week, but if your question isn't drawn, we'll keep it until it gets drawn. And if we draw your question on air, you will receive a token from Jacob, which is good for one door prize. Give this special token to Jacob K. or Howard at the cafe, and you can pick from any of the door prizes in the case up front or the Team Blast shirts that are hanging up on the door. Free stuff, don't you just love it? I'm J.R. Clifton, and let's keep them questions rolling.
The BLAST Newscast will resume following this message.
Wow, how time flies.
Hey, Jacob, what are you looking at?
My senior year yearbook, Dustin. I can't believe it's been a year since I've graduated high school. Sure would be nice to go see what a college is like and check out all the fun stuff that goes along with it.
I don't blame you. I'm starting senior year in a couple of days. Sure would be nice to see what a college is like for me, because I don't know what to choose from.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you guys want to, Team Blast is going to be visiting me at Liberty University in Virginia for college for a week, and if you both would like to join us.
Really, Dallas?
That would be great.
Yeah, we'll be doing lots of fun things in Virginia.
Wow, that's cool. Like, what fun things are you going to do and talk about?
We'll be watching a concert. We're going to see a play, plus a bunch of other fun stuff.
Whoa.
Okay, Dallas, 2 questions. How much will it cost me to go, and how old do I have to be to attend?
Well, Devin, if you're 16 years or older, it will cost you $65 for admission. Plus, you'll need to bring extra money with you on the trip for the play ticket and meals.
When is it going to take place? I'd love to go.
Well, it's a 4-day event which runs from September 19th through September 23rd.
One more question. How many spots do we have left?
Spots are limited, so if you're interested, let Kendra or Desi know immediately. It will be first come, first serve.
So, anyone want to go?
We'd be glad to go.
Well, if you want to join us and you're 16 years or older, come join us on September 19th through the 23rd for Seafall or College Fair Weekend. It will be a blast, right?
Right!
Knock, knock. Who's there? Cook. Cook who? Mr. No Name, I didn't know you were a cuckoo clock. What time is it? Cuckoo clock.
Cuckoo, get a cuckoo.
Looking for something to do on a Tuesday afternoon? Come up and join us for Teen Blast. Our address is 210 South Main Street, Sharpsville, Indiana, 46068. Anyone 6th grade or older is welcome. We're open after school on Tuesdays until 9, with services from 6:30 to 8:30. Come join us, won't you?
Okay, we're going to do something a little different now for our sign-off. We have a couple of people involved in the newscast. The birthdays this week. Our reporter, which means our reporter Dustin, our QNS man J.R. Clifton, and this guy you don't normally see, but this is Chris Henry, our announcer. We're going to do this. We're going to sing Happy Birthday, but we're going to do it Teen Blast style, which means off key, as loud as you want. Okay? All right. Trenton, Levi, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go! Happy birthday! Oh, no! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Very much. That's going to be it for this week. Thank you for joining us. I'm BYERS. I'm Levi Bennington. And I'm Jacob PYLE. Until next week, good night and God bless my friends.
This is Chris Henry speaking. The BLAST Newscast has been pre-recorded for future airing.